Hello everybody and welcome to a stream, this time for reels, for realsies. Oh, I think I just loaded up the wrong the wrong Kerbal. Yeah, so okay, so you're on Sunday to Monday I did that 24-hour stream. That was fine. Next day I was okay. In the night I had some network issues with Star Citizen, so didn't stream that night. And then the following day I had to wake up really early and go do some go to the government offices and get some stuff sorted out and things like that. That exhausted me more than the 24-hour stream. Dealing with government stuff, it is absolutely exhausting. I was just wrecked yesterday. So I don't know if it was a combination of catching up with, the 24-hour catching up with me, or a combination of dealing with the government and stuff like that. It all came together. And basically, I got home by, normally my stream starts at 1 o'clock. I got home by about 2 p.m. and I was just absolutely knackered. I just basically got into the couch, lay down, and was out like a light. So it's so that's what happened yesterday. And evening came by. Thought, okay, do my evening stream. And I just couldn't summon the energy to do it. So, morning Torsten. So yesterday it's like almost everything hit me at the same time. Yeah, and that's kind of what happened. That's kind of what happened yesterday. Now I loaded up the wrong KSP, but I'm loading up the right KSP now because we are busy doing career mode KSP. Hey Dovikin. All right, so. What we are going to do today is North Korea Day, where we do our career modes. And I'm just trying to think where we are in the career modes. But we're going to be doing our career modes in that. Oh, so you took this day off the same as you did. Must have. So it must have been disappointing and nobody to watch. Am I playing Empyrean? That's not Wednesday. No, it's not. It's Thursday. Don't. This week I've gone. Yeah, Thursday. There we go. Wow, live in the now. Stop living in the past. Stop living in the past. Live in the now. No, it was. No, this week I've totally lost track of the days this week. It's like when I streamed on Monday. No. Yeah, because I streamed from Sunday to Monday. And I missed a day, so I woke up on Tuesday and I said, it's Monday. And I was totally convinced it was Monday. It took me ages to actually wake up that it's not Monday, it's actually Tuesday. So I'm completely lost with the days at the moment. There we go. Okay. Oh, other thing is, what's happened is I've got, I ordered a new capture card. So that's actually arriving today. I got a thing from Tilson. Don't worry, this week has been a terrible week for me keeping track of days. It's Wednesday, it was Thursday. Now, we don't go backwards, we go forwards. Forwards, not backwards, or the left, or the right. Just forwards. That's what we do. Alright, so we're going to start with our career. It's actually called Career Fridays, even though it's North Korea. I am totally out of whack with so many things at the moment. Anyway, I've got a new capture card arriving, so that's good. Although it's flickering and that should be... I kind of use this one as a backup one. We'll see how on the weekend I'll have to play with it and see what it is. Again, it says smallpox. Smallpox? Isn't that... You mean chickenpox? Oh, what type of card? Well, it's another USB 3 card. I think it's called I think it's the Razer one. I can't remember what it was. Let me have a look quickly. Where was my order? Razer Ripsaw. Yeah, chickenpox. I thought so. I got a smallpox. I thought there was a pox. A pox. The Razer Ripsaw USB 3. Yeah, definitely better to get chickenpox and all that sort of stuff out of the way. Yeah, so it's the Razer Ripsaw USB 3 one. It's almost exactly the same. It's almost exactly the same as the AverMedia LGX Extreme card, but I'm hoping that it's going to not be as flaky as the AverMedia one. The AverMedia one is a very, very flaky card. It wouldn't work with USB 3. I'm sorry, it wouldn't work with Windows 10. The drivers was completely screwed up and stuff like that. The support of AverMedia is shocking. I still think it doesn't work with Windows 10. So it's, that's why I'm currently running Windows 8 on this machine. And obviously doesn't work with Linux either. So that's a big thing. The other one probably won't work with Linux. Does it matter if it was USB 2 or 3? Yes, it matters greatly. It matters greatly. With USB 2, you can't do HD capture at 60 frames per second. USB 3 has got the bandwidth to do that. So it's absolutely you have to get USB 3 if you want a decent capture rate. So that matters. It matters. See this, this one will do 180p, 180i, 720, all at 60 frames per second. So that's what I'm looking at. So it's pretty much the exact same sort of specs as the AverMedia one. USB 2? No, does it? Does USB 2 have that? I thought USB 2 was lower. Oh no, USB 1. Well, USB 1 is 10 megabits. Oh no, not megabytes, megabits. Yeah, 45 megabits probably sounds about right. But yeah, I was able to, with a USB 3, I was able to copy to an external hard drive by USB 3 at 130 megabytes per second. Megabytes. 130 megabytes per second. So it can handle the video just fine. USB 2, no ways. Will never be able to do it. 3 is 5 gigabit. Okay. Yeah, I can't remember the speeds anymore. But I know that USB 2 is not fast enough for it. USB 3 is. Alright, so let's have a look at what we've got in our career so far. Oh, we've got quite a few things up here. I think, what did we do last time? That's ComSat 2, 3, ComSat 1, KeerSat Relay 1. Yes, we were busy doing the KeerSats. Relay 3. KeerSat Relay 2. Okay, so we got the KeerSats up there. Well, these are pretty close. We're gonna have to adjust these. Now the small ones, I think we're gonna maybe move them down. Okay, so we got the big ones. I think the small ones, I think I'm gonna move it down into a lower orbit. So we're gonna have to do that. What missions have we currently got that the glorious leader requires these guys to do? Let's have a look here. Active missions. Oh, yeah, active. Rescue Erosine from Kerbin. Science from space around Minmus. Explore Duna. Right, wait a second. Didn't we have the Duna window coming up? Oh, where's our alarm clock? Yes. We are in the Duna window at the moment. We are in the Duna window. So, now's the time that we want to send something to Duna. Yes, now I remember this. We were about to go to Duna. So let's have a look quickly. Active. Explore Duna. Oh, that's right, we were building a Duna lander and return. So explore Duna. That is right. Now I remember. So it's all coming back to me like a flash of inspiration. That's what we're doing. Duna lander. We're looking at building a Duna lander. One that would land and be able to return to us. So let's have a look at this. Okay, so here we go. This was our Duna lander. Alright, so let's have a look. Yeah, this was our Duna lander. Now this is obviously not going to work because we haven't strutted anything. But I think this was the one that we had. Third stage. Breaks apart. Second stage. But the landing. Alright. Breaks those apart. Okay. I think this was the lander we were looking for. That we were going to have a scientist on here, and we were going to have, yeah. So, was this right? Did we finish this? Trying to remember if we finished this. I think we finished the build part. I think we'd finish the build part. Now, let's actually have a look here. What 8.8 seconds? What is 8.8 seconds? Alright, so the thing is, if we try launch this now, it will fall apart. So what I'm going to do, 353,000. Yes, we're definitely gonna have to simulate this quickly. But let's first of all get the structural stuff right. Now get this thing fully structuralized. We're going to then put this. We're just going to strut this thing together. Because obviously we need it to strut together so it will work. Okay. Now. Okay, done. Okay, so that's kind of strutted together. Then we've got to have these guys. Does that look right? That looks a little bit kind of off, doesn't it? So let's have we swap this around. But that looks slightly, yeah, that looks kind of off. So what we're going to do is just, there you go, that looks a little bit better. And maybe turn these guys in there. So what we're going to, so this is kind of our whole Duna mission. It's a bit of a monster. Thank you, Kenny. You see, I also had to deal with Kenny constantly annoying me yesterday. Constantly. Not once, not twice, constantly. Always happy to help. Yeah. So we can move this one over there. Now, this one would be over there. Oh, exactly. That was how I dealt with you. That is exactly how I dealt with you. Right, so what we're going to do over here, autostrut, grandparent plot. Just make sure that these are kind of strutted to the right part. Okay. These guys. Let's see. Okay, done. Okay, so that looks that kind of looks fine. So we're gonna save this and let's just, oh no, we need parachutes. We need parachutes for Marvin the Martian would know. So this is a highly expensive piece of equipment. I mean, highly expensive. Right, so this, even that happened. I don't know if this will be enough. Maybe do another one. Since we're spending that much, we might as well get as much as we can. Alright, so there's your parachutes for that. This other stage, we are going to do some parachutes as well. We're going to need, yeah, four might be enough. That would be that one. Okay. And would we have some over here as well? Be the next one. Okay, so this looks, I mean, it's a big ass ship. Got lots of science and stuff like that. Let's see if this actually does work. Let's see if this launches, first of all. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a sim. 156, so it's a little bit low on the initial launching part, but it should work. Now it's also going to be kind of an up and away. Well, we've got no airbags. I mean, this simulator is going to cost us a hell of a lot of cash, but it's worth it just to test this out. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Holding things. Alright, so that's actually looking fine. Alright, let's 3, 2, 1, blast. Off blast. Okay, it's looking good. Looking good. We just want to go through the various stages. Now we're not going to turn because it's kind of going to be. I don't want to turn it just yet because of the aerodynamic issues. I don't know. This is a simulation. You can see the cost, the simulation cost. The simulation is costing us more than most rockets. We just want to see if this thing actually works. I can kind of see with the drags happening. Now, because of the way this looks, you can't do that kind of turn early. You have to do the turn much later. The solar fuels are out. Solar fuels are out. Probably start doing the turn now. Get the big ones out. Okay, we can start doing this turn. We are 20 kilometers. Still see the drag is still there. It's 121. So that's still going up. Yeah, we've got the drag going like that. It's hitting 45. But that's actually not doing that turn greatly that way. So now we're increasing our orbital velocity. I mean, it's still going up, although that's decreasing a bit. But there's no more issue with sort of aerodynamics at the moment. Now it's a matter of going up and increasing our horizontal velocity. And horizontal is increasing. We are still going up. There is a slight wobble. You mean in this guy? No, so far it's looking good. Definitely looking good. Although we need to kind of get further up. I see this stage the rockets are a little bit too weak. This stage the rockets are too weak. Not a lot of forward, power. So we kind of having issues reaching orbital speed. Okay, so we might have a bit of a problem here. It's cost us 30,000 almost already to simulate this thing. Yeah, you see, we're not actually hitting orbit. We're not even hitting space. Alright, so this part is a problem. This part is definitely a problem. Hey, look at that. Our vertical speed is dropping dramatically. Okay, so end simulation. Yeah, I mean, look at basically we would have, if we didn't do the simulation, we would have lost. I mean, the thing wouldn't have got to orbit. It would have been a bit of a problem. So that cost us 32,000. It saved us 362,000 and some Kerbal lives. Kerbal lives matter. So in case you're wondering, Kerbal lives do matter. Now, where was the problem? The problem was with this one. And that was our problems. So what can we do to solve it? We definitely need more thrusters at that particular time. What if I throw those guys on there? Was it this stage? No, it was this stage. No, sorry, it was this stage. Yeah, it was this stage. That was our problem. So I've given it some more. It's reduced it down to that. What can we do to get that speed up? What can we do to get that speed up? And it will just be for a little bit, but it should be enough to give us that kind of. And how much are these? 120 kilonewtons, and these ones are skipper. Alright, now if we change those to mainsails, it would probably be better. That's 83, so if I change these to mainsail, really? Ah, crap, now look at that. Not working. Alright, so not working. So this thing was a bit of a structural issue. What I'm going to do, I am going to these guys onto there like that. That should in turn hold this a little bit better. But the other thing we're going to do, I mean, we got by just fine without it, so we actually don't really need those gateway things. I mean, they got a little bit of engine, but we need more fuel. Now we should be alright. We should be alright. Hopefully. We've just given this one a little bit more power. It has dropped us by 100 delta V. But that's kind of okay. I think we can deal with that. We've got lots of batteries. Yes, we've got batteries in there. We've got science in there. Oh, have we got... We've got the accelerometer, we've got that. Oh, you know what we don't have? You know what we definitely don't have? We don't have communication. So we're going to give ourselves communication. So there's communication. Let's put it up here. So there we go. We got some communication now. So yeah, I think we've got something. I think this will do it. So this should land on Duna and should come back. Now, are there any other Duna missions available? Offered. Oh no. Right, save. Okay, I think we are ready to go. I think we are ready to go to Duna. Now, who are we going to take to Duna? We are going to take Kellogg Kerman. Oh no, Newballs Kerman. We'll go over there and we're going to throw an engineer, Royer. So they're going to be the two that are going to Duna. No pilots. Because what we've got is, I believe, if I am correct in remembering, I put in a probe. There you go, there's a probe. So that will do the SAS stuff. Safe! Glorious leader does not believe in safety. We'll fix this up before we land. Yeah, I think we're done. I think we are done. Now, the minimum pressure, you want the pressure to be low for it to open up early, don't you? Yes, you do. Okay. Let's see how we do with this one. Right, let's save. Now, is there anything that says here for around Duna? Okay, rover deployment. TR stack separator orbiting Duna. Yeah, do that. Okay, so we are ready to go. We are ready to go. Are you boys ready? Are you ready to do your Kerbal simulation? I think you're ready. Right, Steve, and 370,000, 2 Kerbals, our scientists, which is important. Let's go for it. The glorious leader is a little bit unsure. He's a little bit unsure about this. It hasn't shaken itself to death yet, so that's good. Turn on that. Full power. We've got an engineer flying. So it's a nighttime launch, so that the other Kerbals cannot see the disaster. We put on F12. A420 Ninja. We've just built a $370,000 craft in hard mode to go to Duna. We're just about to launch this. We have got an engineer and a scientist on board. Scientists are very, very difficult to come by. So, we are going to do a seismic scan. Let's just save that. EVA report. The Noobles. All hatches are obstructed, can't exit. Voya. Okay, surface sample. And climb back in. I'll take that. View data. Throw that into the science lab. All right. We are ready to launch. 3, 2, 1. Now we had the problem last time. We couldn't get this to orbit. So we're going to figure out what's going on this time. For realsies. Right, so he's going up. Now we're going straight up. We're not doing a turn on this craft because it is not aerodynamic. Now this is a different launch profile from normal. So what we do is we wait until we get to about 15 kilometers before we do the turn. Right now we're just building vertical speed. Our solid fuels are almost done. The solid fuels are out. Alright, now we at 15, we're going to start doing the turn with those guys. We're going to start doing the turn. 45. I can see kind of the aerodynamics is affecting it a lot less. Okay, and the aerodynamics is hardly doing anything now. So that's good. And we are now trying to build a vertical speed. Just waiting for the boom. There's always a boom. There is no boom. This is hard mode Kareer. There is no boom. So we are building horizontal speed. Vertical speed is slowing a bit, but we want to get this up to at least get this into space. So we're still keeping our angle. So our vertical speed is looking a lot better now. So we use a slightly different tact. Oh, there we go. This was the problem last time where we started losing dramatic speed on this. But we've actually done alright. We are hitting space. There you go, 70. So we are going to be hitting space. Last time we didn't hit space. So this is building horizontal speed. I think those extra 120 helped. And we're building a horizontal speed now. We need to obviously get this up to like 2,300. Okay, so it tells building speed. Our guys are in space. Like 40 seconds away. We're pushing we're pushing the speed, and we sort of still going up. We're still building the speed. We're getting there. We're trying to get this to 100. Get this to 100 and looking good. Look at that speed. That speed's coming up. It's awesome. Okay, this is part of our way to get there. Well, all our calculations are done for 100 kilometers. So all our calculations are aiming for, to get to Juno are aimed at an orbit of 100 kilometers. So typically 100 kilometers is where we usually try to get. Right, so we're still kind of this might be interesting, getting these guys back home. I'm using up a lot more fuel than I wanted to. However, to get this to orbitalize this is going to take almost nothing. So look at that, we are at 100. Okay. So now add the upper axis, add maneuver at the apo, and circularize. 122 delta V. 122 delta V. That's going to get us into orbit. We're still 1,400. Yes, I could have done that. It's true. But I didn't. But so it's a 13-second burn. It is a sort of at 13 seconds we are going to burn for 122 meters per second, and that will get us into 100 orbit. Did I make up with the alien probe? Yes. Yes, alien probe and myself, we kind of had a chat, and I said no more shenanigans, and alien probe agreed. I think it was the whole threat of actually me probing alien probe. Oh, I didn't have lights on this. Crap. There are no lights, or there are no ladders. So that's going to be interesting. Right, so we're waiting for 13 seconds before. All right. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, and 13. Ah, there we go. Okay, so done. Done. We are now in orbit at 100 by 99. That's pretty good orbit. That's actually excellent orbit. Okay, so hope there's no gravity where I'm going. There is no roads. Alright, so we've got 1,300 left. Now the other thing that I want to do, these guys, I'm actually going to move down there. Okay, so that should be all right. Okay, so what we've got, do that to there. Let's see now, Roya, we are going to transfer the crew to this station. Alright, and you can start the research. Now, yes, we can also do something like, see, I can F5, but I can't roll back, I can't revert, so it's kind of pointless. And what we can also do is data, it's got a small amount of data, it's not a lot, but it's enough. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to look at our Duna, our trip to Duna. And this is what we've got over here. We are going to add this maneuver. We are going to plug in what it says. Prograde 1029. Move this. Prograde 1029.4. And normal 121.2. 121.2. Okay, so we've plugged that in pretty much on that point, and let's have a look and see what it is doing. And there we go, look at that. We are hitting Duna. Here is Duna at the moment, so if I why is it not focusing on this? This is one of the, they see, set as focus. Okay, so Duna, why are you not allowing me to click you as target? Can I do that? That is target. There you go. Okay. So there we go. We got the target coming in over there. No, I'm not able to load from a quick save. This is kind of what hard mode is. All right, so it's not quite there. I mean, I can maybe if I just that. Right, so there you go. Just changing the time. Oh, Dr. Doof, thank you for the host. So what I've done is I've just adjusted the time a bit. Oh, right, okay. Oh, you're right, look at that. Interesting. Yeah, but it wasn't actually, even on the planet or on the line, it wasn't doing everything. I had to actually go to another planet first. It's kind of one of those little clicky bugs that is annoying, but it happens. I did not realize you could actually click on the line. So that's a good tip. Thank you for that. Okay, so what we've got is we launched this big Duna craft. The Glorious Leader. The Glorious Leader has... We go into Duna. We've got a Duna lander that's going to land on Duna and it's going to come back. Yeah, no, the 420 Ninja, I did not know that. That is a good tip. So thank you for that. That is definitely a good tip. All right, now what I've got to do is I've got to start burning 1 minute 38 before the target. So get this all stretched out. And we've got to burn for 1036. So get this ready. So at 1 minute and 38 seconds before, we're going to start burning for the thing. There, the sun's coming up, so I'm recharging my cells. That's good. Now what I did actually, just in case these broke, I actually got smaller ones. Because I'm not sure if these would survive the entry in that. Alright, so 1:38. That's when we start our burn. And we're going to be burning for 3 minutes. So let's get these guys on the way to Duna. And once they're on their way to Duna, we don't need to worry about food supplies and stuff like that, because we're not playing with life support. There is kind of no take backsies. There is do or do not. So if this thing screws up, yeah, the panels survived the launch retracted. They should survive the landing retracted, but again, we don't actually know. Yeah, so we're gonna land. We're actually gonna land on Duna. We're not just gonna. Yeah, we could have just had a flyby of Duna. But we said, well, if we're going to Duna, we might as well land. So we don't have all the best technology, so we kind of had to hack together a pretty expensive ship to do it. However, this should give us a lot of extra happiness for doing it this way. Nachos. It's all about the nachos. Apparently, nachos and tacos are kind of available for anybody who lands on Duna. Will he crash? Odds are, ask the magic 8 ball. Say exclamation point 8 ball. Will he crash? Will the Glorious Leader crash? Who knows? I do not know. Do you know? And again, this is like a completely untested craft. Completely untested, so we really don't know what will happen. The magic 8 ball. God, I hate that thing. I hate that thing so much. Hey, magic 8 ball, are you full of shit? All signs point to yes. Alright, so my mission is to prove the 8 ball wrong. Okay, so let's have a look. 1 minute and 38. One minute and 38. 1 minute 38. It's Alanga, truly the great leader. Better not tell you now. You see? Wow. Wow, you guys are abusing the 8 ball. You guys are totally abusing it. Yes, yes. Alright, so what we're doing is we're doing the burn to go to Drina. Now I'm staying close by, and you can see what's happening is that's extending outwards. You see what I've got is I've got these guys. I've got a scientist and engineer in there, and I've got a probe. So that's what we've got. That's why we've got some stability assist. There's nobody in this canopy at the moment. Both these guys are at the bottom in the science station. Ask again later. So, Magic 8 Ball, is Kenny a complete noob? A complete noob? All signs point to yes. Agreed. So I have to keep my eye on my phone because the DHL people are delivering my stuff today. Woohoo, stuff! Wow! Wow, how embarrassing. Hey, Lishy. How embarrassing. Right, so we're getting so this guy is on the way. We are going towards Luna. And so we've got lots of Delta V left, so we should be good. Wow. Somebody hacked the 8 ball. Can he hack the 8 ball? Because there's no ways the 8 ball. Okay, so let's have a look. Let's have a look at what this has done. Alright. See, look at this. You see, I can't actually... Oh, there you go. Set as target. Alright, so it didn't actually do it on the planet. Interesting. So let's have a look. Wow, that's not bad. That's not bad. All right. So what we're gonna we're gonna have to do the adjustment after we get out. We have to do the adjustment to make it. So maybe over here. In 4 days. In 4 days, we are going to do an adjustment that will kind of bring this closer. I mean, yes, 2.3. And we would set up probes, but we haven't got enough distance really. 208. 74. Yeah. That's kind of good. 66. Okay. So we're gonna set up something that will get us within 66. 58. Maybe a little bit. Um, 77. Okay, 77 is a good number. All right. So what we did Kenny go and yes, Kenny killed himself. How rude. Kenny killed himself. That bastard. Alright, so we're gonna make a small change. It's gonna cost us 2.7 delta V in 4 days time. We're gonna add a maneuver over here, add an alarm for 4 days time. And that will get us sort of to go within 77 kilometers of Duna, which is pretty good. Alright, so if we look back here, right, so this one is on the way. It's on the way out of the system. Now what's that? That's Indocines craft, that's Kerbin Station. So let's, while this is on the way going, what I'm going to do is these comsats. I want to move these comsats down. Because these comsats are no longer needed. So we're going to kind of move these guys down to a lower orbit. So we're going to remove the old comsats so the main comsats are sitting on the right thing. We're going to move this one down to, it's at 2,866. So we're going to move it down to about 1,000. I think down there, that will give us a... in the meantime, this other craft is moving out. We are just making slight adjustment. There you go, 1,000. No ground sample. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, it's a ground sample of the thing. So it's once we get out of the Kerbin system, they'll be able to get a lot more kind of samples to work on. So I'm not really too worried about that at the moment. Kenny. Check the VOD. So the next, so this thing's going around, and when it gets to here, we're going to add a maneuver on the periapsis and circularize. So that's in 1 hour 51 minutes. Right, so we're going to try to get all those at 1,000 kilometers. Nope, I'm not going to answer your question. We went through it. So what? Yeah. So I mean, it's with all the things. It's quite simple. Where you go onto Kerbin, you say Duna, you plot it, and it gives you the details on what to plot it at. You know what to put your ejected delta V, your sort of prograde, and your normal and your heading. And once you got all that, you just fill those details in and you just burn. Very easy. We've got quite a couple of tutorials. If you type an exclamation point tutorial, I explain exactly how all that works. Right, so this burn is 4 seconds before. Cool. Okay, so there we go. All right, so get this all lined up. On that there. Now 4 seconds before, we'll burn this and we'll get this into 1,000 orbit. And what we're doing is we're just going to drop these other guys down to this height. And we leave our big satellites up there. So the smaller ones will come closer to the planet, the bigger ones will stay in geosynchronous orbit. Just make sure our network is good. Alright, let's see. So it's 1019 by... There's 102. Okay, 1000.5 and 999. So that's good. That's a good 1,000 by 1,000 orbit. Right, so we go to the next one. This is the relay. Now the KeerSat Mark II relay. These are the big guys. So we go to the next ComSat one. The ComSats were our small ones. These were the guys that we did initially for our initial thing, but they turned out to be too weak for anything. So now we could either take them out of orbit, or we could push them down into a lower orbit and make it a little bit more useful at a lower thing. Have the big guys deal with it, deal with the higher orbit stuff. So this one as well, what we're going to do is we are going to drop this one again down to 1,000. See where this one ends up. Okay, so right, so I'm looking at the periapsis. A bit slower. Look at that, I'm looking to get that down to 1,000. I'm just giving it small little burns. Okay, that's good enough. Right, so when it gets over there, add a maneuver on the periapsis. And now that might just move it just a little bit there. And let's see, 1021. Okay, there we go. So on that point, we will circularize it. And again, it's about the same as the other one. Now what's obviously going to happen is the other one is going to go through, it's going to speed up. And okay, that's going to be too close to the other one. So what we will do is I'll bring this down to say 1500, and then I'll let the other one kind of move ahead of it, and we'll do the final adjustment after that. So where are we going? So on that, and we're going to do it at the same time. I'm actually going to drop it to about, wait till about 3 seconds. And I'm going to drop this down just a little bit, not entirely. And that way this one will kind of move ahead and we'll be able to kind of get it a little bit more accurate. Okay. Right, so we're just going to leave this like this. Now, next turn, I will kind of, let's see, wait for this to come out. Right, so at this periapsis, I maneuver at periapsis, circularize. But we'll see kind of what happens. Now this one should move ahead. Okay, that is a much better kind of distance. Definitely a much better distance. You can kind of see how everything's talking to everything else. And this is all, we're just getting this whole network system done. Right, so this is going to be 3.3 second burn. Literally just a few seconds before. Okay, so get this guy onto point, and at 2 seconds we're going to do the burn, and we're dropping this down to 1000 by 1000, and then we'll do the next one. And this is kind of just getting these satellites into a workable solution. And then we'll adjust the large satellites afterwards. But this will kind of give us 2 layers of satellites. So I mean, they're already up there, so we don't want to destroy them. Now we might as well use them. So let's see. So 1009 and 1000.1. Okay, done. So we've got 2 satellites now. I'm going to do the next one. Hey, let them crash your... Who's crashing my chat box? What are you talking about? Oh, hey, Gypsy, sorry. I didn't see the Kenny's been spamming himself. What are you talking about? But so if I'm in orbit and use the clipboard thing and website to plug in the numbers, I only have to do one burn to get to Duna. Yeah, you only need to... Well, what I do is I do one burn to get to Duna and then a second burn to kind of get myself in a good position. Alright, so this one we are going to, again, it's one of these smaller ones. We are going to put this again in the 1,000. Yeah, so you work it out to get the burn to get yourself to an encounter. And then a little bit further out, you do a second, much smaller burn, which will get you exactly where you want to. You can try to do that from in one burn, but it's much harder. And it's also... It hardly ever works. Okay, so this is going all the way down to 1,000. So, Gypsy, we just launched a manned mission to Duna in that big ship that we did on Friday. You know, we were building that big, massive vehicle that cost us 370,000. That's on the way to Duna. While we're waiting for that to get to its position in 3 days' time, we are just adjusting our smaller satellites to be a little bit more appropriate. So add maneuver on the periapsis and Kenny doesn't go to the moon as much as the moon gets in his way. Yeah. Alright, so this is... I don't know if this is kind of the right place. Yeah, our last couple of days have been a bit bad. Well, yesterday I didn't stream at all. But this would have been from last Friday. Because it's the North Korea series. I couldn't remember where we were. That's the title. Okay, so this one we're going to do the same as we did with the other one. We're just going to kind of burn it. I don't know if... Yeah, just burn it a little bit more because we're not quite in the right position. So we're just going to bring this one down just a bit and get ourselves in that right position. So... maybe a bit more. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Okay, add maneuver at the periapsis circle right. That should catch up with it. Yep, that's a much better position. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So what I do is, the way I do it is I do one burn to get the encounter. That's kind of the thing. One burn to get the encounter. And then once you're out of the influence of your planet, or a little bit away from the planet, you do a small adjustment burn, and that's usually like not more than 50 delta V. It's a tiny little adjustment, and that will give you that will control where you are during the encounter. So if you want to get your orbit, so what I've done is I've set it up for the next one to do the burn, but I haven't done it yet. That's in 2 days time now. But I set it up, so what it will do is get me really close to the planet. So I've got the encounter off kind of the initial burn, and now I'm kind of adjusting the encounter. And that's what's going to happen with the Duna one. Kind of close. Right, so this is, well, 0.4. It's like a second. This is like a 1 second burn. Of course, what I could do is just not burn fully. No, there's one burn. Oh, so let's have a look. Okay, so that's at 1000 and 1013. So what we're going to do is do it quick. Get that down to that's almost good enough. Let's do a quick tap over there. There you go, 1,999, but just like that averages out to 1,000, so that's good. Right, so we've got them like that. Now the third one we obviously want to get CompSat 3. So there you got the relays. They've got our relays up here. But this guy, we're going to switch to him, and we want to bring this guy to fill up that last gap. And then you've kind of got that nice, neat thing. And then we're going to fix up these other guys to be a little bit, spread them apart a bit and stuff like that. But this will give us kind of that good low level coverage. Is what we need. And that way we're making use of these guys. I mean, the alternative was to crush them, which I mean was going to be no good for anybody. So once they're up there, they're not costing us money. You might as well see what we can use them for. Right, so we're burning this, and we bring this down to 1,000, same as the others. Okay, I'm not really worried about where we go. 1,000. Just that it gets down to there you go, 1,000. All right. So add maneuver at the periapsis and circularize. So when it gets down there, we will circularize it. Now obviously we're going to do the same sort of problem where we're going to have to wait for it to get into its good position. For Ike, for 173k, you accidentally gave it 10,000 delta V. Well, okay, so small little landing things, you can do that too. Now, I don't have any other scanners and stuff like that. What I could actually do is I could send up another probe to Duna. What I'm thinking of is maybe send up something else to Duna, a satellite system or something. Maybe maybe a dual satellite system. I wonder. Although it's don't really have the good antennas, so I'm not sure how well that's going to do. But we can try it. So this is 3.4. Yep. Get this onto. Okay, and again, I haven't worried about kind of the planar area of this like that. It's not really meeting up with them. Just the height should be fine. Okay, so obviously it's on the same as that one, which is not what we want. So we've got to bring this down, but we're not going to bring it kind of all the way down. Like that's good enough. Okay. So we just going it's going to come sort of around like that. Alright, and so the next one, it should be... Yes, that's the right position. Alright, so at this one, add maneuver on the periapsis circularize. Right, so that will get us in a good position. And that's a 1.2 second burn. Now, could bear a little bit more. I can see it. Yeah, that, you know what? That's just fine. That is just fine. So we are going to bring this down to 1,000, and then we've got a nice little satellite system close by. And then we're going to fix up the big ones. Try to get that a lot more accurate, so that they don't rush into each other. Alright, so let's see, that's 1071. That kind of close. 6 shift 2. There you go. 1000 and 1005. Perfect. Alright, so these guys they're all at a good thing. They shouldn't shift around too much. So we've kind of got that there. Now, let's have a look. This guy, so we're going to switch to this guy. This guy's kind of right above. So we're going to use this as our main point, our main reference. And Wassie's at 2863.9 and 2863.0. So he's at a good point. Okay. This guy, we want to move ahead. We're going to switch to him. And what we're going to do with this now to move him ahead.
They are out there.
Hey, Jamiliante. Thank you for the host. Very much appreciated. So what we're going to do with this guy to move him ahead. The 2863.8 and 2862. So that's a bit of an issue. So to move him ahead, we're actually going to drop the orbit a little bit. Just a little bit. And the reason we're doing that is because it'll be at a lower orbit, it will move faster. You have to end your stream, OBS issues. Oh yeah, I hate it when that happens. I've been having capture card issues and stuff like that. And sometimes some network issues. So when that happens, it is really, really horrible. So there you go. I've dropped that a bit. So what should happen is this one should move ahead of that one. Because in a lower orbit, you go faster. or at least your relative speed is faster. Oh, okay. Oh, so use the NV encoder. Yeah, I use a separate capture card. So let's have a look at this. Right, maybe one more? Yeah, maybe one more turn around. Oh, the Juno lander. Alright, so we've got the Juno lander now. Yeah, dedicated streaming rig definitely helps. So if we jump to the Juno lander, now this is, Kenny, this is what I was talking about when you do the minor burn. So I set this up to do kind of a minor burn that will just kind of bring us out from this distance to close to that distance. And really, I mean, you can see it is Roya, transfer crew to Roya, transfer you to top part. I needed to transfer him there. Why won't you turn now? Limited crew control. I've got a crew in there. Okay, there you go. Now he moves. Alright, there was a problem. You see, the crew wasn't in there, so I couldn't... Ah, damn it. All that time it took. Now I missed the thing. Right, so I'm gonna have to move this forward a bit. Let's move it forward a minute. Okay, so let's see, what have we got here? 76. Okay, that's alright. So what we're gonna do now is just a 2.7 meters per second burn, and what that's going to do is that's going to bring this guy down to there. So let's do that. See what's happening? It's putting that across. Okay, now what I could do is the 0.1 burn. So I'm just going to control and shift. $88 is good enough. Okay, so what we've done is we've now control locked. But I've got my guy in charge. Why? That makes no sense. Got a guy in there. Okay. Now I can delete this. I've got frickin' crew in there. That's the whole point of having crew in there. Anyway, so this is going there. Now what we're going to do over here is we can add a maneuver and we can circularize there like that. That's going to cost us 675 to circularize. Not a problem. And we will add this as an alarm. That's in 240 days time. However, now that we're out here, move this alarm. Now that we are out here, we can do some other stuff quickly. Let's see what science. Because we are outside. We are outside the These are the first Kerbins to go outside of the Kerbin system. So we can do a crew report. You can transmit that back. Temperature scan to there. Atmospheric scan. Actually, transmit. Temperature scan. Transmit. Atmospheric scan. There. Temperature scan. Mystery goo. We can transmit. Yeah, that's fine. Mystery goo to in there. Material study. Transmit. And so let's this guy transfer through Voya to there. Now, F5. Alright, so again, I'll just F5 out of habit. So you can't exit that one. Can we open this? Okay, that opened fine. Alright, so what we can do is Nubbles. Nubbles can EVA. Actually, wait a second. Nubbles transfer through. Yeah. And Nubbles can EVA. EVA report. And for experiments and board. Let's see, crew report. Don't need that. Review store data, transmit. Then Nubbles can EVA again. EVA report. Board. View store data, EVA report, and put it into the tank. Now actually, yeah, I don't even need to go outside to collect that data. Because what I can do... I got a scientist on board. Transfer crew to there. Alright, now what we can do, we can actually close this. We don't even need it. We can do this. We can do clean experiments. And this will actually clean all those experiments and reset them. And now we can go. It's busy still cleaning everything. And that's kind of why I did this with this thing. So on the way, he can constantly be getting science. Let's review. Hero study. Now we can move it back in. And mystery goo. And we can in the experiments. Oh, so they've got 107 data, which they are currently. Yeah, it's extra science. Why not? Alright, so this is on the way. Now actually what we're going to do is we are going to about over here add a maneuver. The maneuver does kind of okay, no, actually delete that maneuver. What we're going to do is we are going to go to the alarm, add an alarm on sphere of influence change. Change. So just before it gets into the influence of Duna, we'll go back. The alarm will go off, and we'll go back to that craft. So that one's done. We can now leave this guy till much later. However, we are going to go back to Kerbin and we are going to look at these things we were just doing over here. Now, which one was it? Was it this one? And we're just going to finish off with these, get these satellites in a good position. Alright, so yeah, this is a good position. So at the upper axis, upper, and that's 2863, yep, perfect. 2863.19. 2863 is what we want, because 2863 is geosynchronous orbit. We're just going to make sure everything is 2863. Alright, and that's in 12 minutes. Okay. We are below a minute now. Done. Alright, so I see the tiny little burn. 11 meters per second. And that will get us to 2863 by 28. And that's kind of what we want. And then we'll kind of have that nice triangular shape. Oh, now it's like a 0.6 burn. So what I'm going to do is about 2 seconds before, I'm going to give it a very low burn. Maybe 3 seconds. Right, so let's see, 2855. And just do a control shift. Two 2863 by 2863. Perfect. Alright, so and let's right, so let's end that one. Let's go to this one, just make sure that this one is okay as well. And this one is at 2863 by 2863 as well. And you see that's there. So if we look at kind of what our satellite system looks like, and there we go. We've got, these guys got this nice triangle going. And I suppose this one could kind of move back a bit. But it doesn't really matter that much. And then we've got this nice square on the inside. So we've got some good coverage there. So that's looking good. Now this guy's going out here. I believe that one we will adjust soon. So we've kind of got a much better system. Question is, do we send up more satellites to go towards Duna? So let's have a look when the next one is. This Kareer set. That's in 5 hours time. Right, so now the question is, do we send up satellites to kind of make communication between Duna and us a little bit better, or do we wait until we get kind of more science so we can build bigger satellites? That is kind of the question. So let's have a look. 137. Right, so 137. So we need 300. Where are the biggest satellites? We're going to need those. Where are my biggest satellite dishes? There we go. Automation. That's the 100G satellites. So that would be there, 550, but we actually need a lot of cash to build, to kind of upgrade our center to take that. But that will give us the 100G ones. However, what we could actually do, look at the Kappas in the chat, all the Kappas. What we could actually do is, if we load, we call it the KeerSat Mark II. So if we look at these satellites, now I'm thinking that to get to, what do we have to get to Duna? Oh, what's this? The recent accomplishment space program retracted contributions. We have performed a spacewalk in orbit around the sun. We have gathered the first scientific data from the sun. Okay, so we lost a lot of funds. A lot of stuff didn't kind of make it down to the ground properly. That's a pity. So we didn't recover much. You know, our stage recovery didn't work too well. So let's look at that. That's 1,800. That will actually get us to Duna. However, I want to make this a bit more. 3,900. Fine. So we're going to send this one to Duna. We're going to call this DunaSat. You might as well send this guy over there. But we need more power to get there. Okay, so these guys are 1.4, not enough. That's the top part. 3,200, so we need to get this to 3,500. Get rid of these guys. They kind of go. And let's just put on some bad boys. Where are my bad boys? Nope. I want my bad boys. There you go. There's my bad boys. Too much. Maybe. That's plenty, but not enough power. Some engines. $1.6, perfect. And 4,000, right? That will get us into orbit quite nicely. Alright, so we've got to kind of block this off with we've also got to make sure that these separate properly. So throw it like that. Separations. We've got to make sure that these kind of save some data. There. Maybe another one. Never be too keen. Okay. Right, and then we've got to bind these structural. Okay. And for these there. Oh. Alright. So this would be our Duna sets. So this should get us to Duna, and we can put some satellites around Duna. 2 satellites, but it should be enough to kind of have that relay thing, you know, for later on. Might as well do it now, because why the hell? It's costing us 89,000. Not too bad. Save and launch. Now we've got we've got. Do we have batteries on it? We did. It's got kind of it's got everything, so we should be alright for it. Alright, okay, so let's launch this. And 3, 2, 1. This one can be a proper launch. So with a proper launch, hey Sumter, thanks for the host. Always appreciate it. Right, so what we're doing with a normal launch is we take this up to 70 and we do the turn. Hey Chris. So we do that. We take this. Yeah, we do up to 70. We're doing the turn, and really what we want to do is we want to get to about, at this 45-degree angle, we want to be at about 10 to 15 kilometers. And really what this is going to do is just give us a chance of having some satellites around Duna, that when we do go back, maybe send probes and stuff like that, it should be good. Alright, get rid of those. So that's at 15 kilometers. Right, perfect. Again, this is so busy working its way up. And remember, this is, there are no reverties. This is kind of as it is. But now that we've got our satellite system done well, we should be good to do a lot of this stuff. These unmanned missions. I mean, that was our real problem, is we didn't have a powerful satellite thing, but we should. Of course it is. All rocket ships are phallic in shape. The most streamlined. Oh, look at that glowing red tips. The tip is glowing red. And it's the way it should be. Alright, so he's kind of... Alright, we passed the red glowy tip part. We're still increasing up to 100. So this would be the final sort of stage. Yep, just the tip. The rest of the rocket was pretty well protected. You can see kind of our speed is good. We are hitting space. We are now increasing our horizontal speed. That's going up to, whoa. Thank you, Chris, for the all the bits. Mmm, bitterlicious. And there it goes into the cup behind me. Oh, there you go. Oh, shit. Too busy looking at that to notice that I just went to 101, which is okay. So at 101, we are going to, at this abscess, add a maneuver. Let me actually turn this off. At the apo, we are going to circularize that. That's going to take like a 15-second burn. However, what we can now do is we can get rid of the sheath. And we can actually open this one. Right, and what we've got to do... Oh shit, I've got no real control over this. This is too heavy for our reaction wheels to really help. That's a problem. I mean, it is working, but it's a bit of a problem. But again, what we can do is we could solve that by giving a little bit of thrust and Furcobe cock? What is that? Is that what it is? The furry one? Where there? Furcab. Okay, yes. Well, thank you for the follow and welcome to the Alien Army. Or probably needs to be read really fast and then it says something. I'm not going to do it. So what we're doing is this one, we are first circularize, 15 seconds, we're going to do the burn, and then we'll be in orbit. Once we're in orbit, we can go anywhere we want to. Now this one doesn't need to come back. So this is just going to go to Duna and it's going to stay around Duna. So... 15 seconds. And go. Okay, I'm surprised that we've got so much fuel left in this back one. That's more than I expected, to be honest. I didn't expect this much fuel to be left after the launch. So we had a pretty clean launch. We had a very, very clean launch. Alright, so there we go. We got this guy in orbit now. That's cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use the same Duna stats. Now it is a little bit over, so we might need to make adjustments, but it should still work. So there is the effort to prograde, and we're going to add a maneuver there. We are going to put in the numbers that we had, which is 1029.4 and 121.2. Oops, 121.2. Okay, so we've got it. So we've got that there. What is this doing? Let's have a look. Right, it's not quite getting the encounter. We're going to set this as the target because we are a little bit delayed with it. So we just need to kind of, I mean, there it is, getting close. So we just got to make some adjustments. There we go. So that got the encounter. Now we can focus on this and see how we can pull this a bit inside. So if I take off some speed, it's getting up there. If I bring that I mean that's kind of the first effort. So that will get us the encounter. So that's kind of what we need. Oh shit, 24 seconds. We're on the next orbit. There we go. 32 minutes. So, I mean that's, you know, pretty fine. And that's 1,035, which is a little bit more than they reckon. Well, actually less. They reckon it was 1,037. So we're actually getting this at a slightly cheaper rate. However, it's not quite there. So it has got the encounter, and that's the important thing. Get the encounter, and then you make the adjustments further out, and it shouldn't take too much. So that is what we are doing now. In 31 minutes, we're going to do our burn. In 31 minutes, we'll do our burn, and this should kind of be alright. Now it's a 1035 burn, so actually this guy's going to be doing most of the burning, which is alright. And we've got to start burning 31 seconds before. That's in 31 minutes. We just get this onto this part here. Okay, so 31 seconds before, and this will be on its way to Duna as well. Kind of, it will be our satellite relay system. So hopefully, I mean, these are the 15G antennas. It's not the best ones, but it's the best ones we've got at the moment. So hopefully we should be able to maintain control over these guys. Trying to get to 31 seconds before. I mean, there was no mission to do this. You know, this was just something that's kind of going to help us do missions. So it's, you know, setting up the satellite network. Even though you don't have any missions for it, it does help you do missions. Second. Okay, my stuff has arrived. Let me just do this burn, and then I'm just going to have to take a 10-minute break and go pick the stuff up. So let's just do this burn quickly. Then I can go get more toys. Needed toys. So what we're doing is we're burning at 31 seconds. There we go. And now this is pushing us towards that Duna encounter. And that's kind of the first step, is to get that Duna encounter. Second step would be to get where we want to encounter Duna at. So he's burning. Okay, there we go. That's the last stage. Now this has got 3,000 delta V in it. So we've got plenty of juice in this thing. So we can actually, we can do a lot of things with this particular one. No problem at all. Alright, so let's look at that. Okay, so... Oh. Are we actually getting the encounter? No, we are not. 0.1 off. However, it doesn't really matter too much. So we're not actually getting that encounter. We missed it. We knew it was going to be close. We missed it. However, what we are going to do is we can actually have a look at this. And as soon as this craft gets outside, where is... That's maneuver. So let's see, if I add a maneuver there. But okay, I have to go. We'll make this adjustment when I come back. I just want to I just need to go speak to just need to go pick the stuff up. When I come back, we'll make the adjustment. So I'm just going to put it on pause at the moment. I'll be back in like 10 minutes. And I am back. What do you mean the slot machine is broken? Is it killing you? Is that what's happening? So, yeah, I'm back. And I have toys. Look at that big box. Yes. I have toys to play with. Alright, so what we got... Okay, so what were we doing? We were trying to get this guy to encounter... It's not paying out. Well, yeah. It decided you were not... You're not worthy of a payout. Oh, there's a couple of things. When I was ordering, I decided to get, a pop filter for the mic and maybe a stand so that I can have the mic in a little bit of a better position. I got myself a new router, so one or two things, and one or two minor things I had to add on to it. Alright, so what we're going to do is I've just moved the maneuver node to be out there, and we are going to now make the adjustments on this maneuver node to get the encounter and get ourselves into the right position. So we can see over here, close to the approach, so we can now start doing things like this until we get the encounter. And there we go, we got the encounter now. So now we can focus on that and we can try and get the encounter to where we want it to be. So for example, I want to bring this up. Okay. Now where do we want to place the satellites? So if I do it over there, kind of on the outside of Ike. So it's far out on the system. And so that's going to take us 66.6. Nice, that's a nice number. And what we could do, if I say add a maneuver and I do that like that, actually it doesn't really matter. So maybe I do it like that. How much is that going to cost us? Node 2, 724. Circularize. If I kind of deleted that one, node 2, and brought this one in and decided over there to circularize and maneuver and circularize, that would cost us 664. So it will actually cost us less to circularize inside. That might be the better idea. So yeah, so that would be 664. Again, it's not really an issue, but I'm thinking that maybe if we have it a little bit further out, and it wouldn't have interruptions with Ike. Coolcat's coming. He wants to inspect the package. Coolcat has to inspect the package. He has to make sure that everything's in order. Really, Foible? Really? Let's have a look. See? It's working just fine. It's working just fine. I'm winning. It's looking for a bribe. It's true. Okay, so I think around there might be a good place to do it. So we'll make that adjustment to go around there. So that's in 4 days' time. In 4 days' time, let's add this, add an alarm to that maneuver in 4 days' time. And we'll come back to this craft and we'll make this adjustment. Okay. Right, so now the next one that we got to do is this one. I'm going to jump to the ship. What is this now? Where are we sending this one? Oh, we're sending this one to just outside. Oh, to be like a really, really big. Ah, to be kind of between the moon and Minmus. Okay. So that's that one. So let's get this one into the right thing. Alright, why did we want to do this like that? Not actually sure. Oh, to cover the dark side of the moon, I think. Okay, so there we go, dark side of the moon. Get this onto that particular point. Yay. Right, let's speed this up till it gets to that. You can see kind of the alarm going down, and it's starts 6 seconds before. Okay, delete that. Right, so 6 seconds before we've got to do the burn, and that will put us into that orbit. And done. Okay. Alright, so what has this done? Alright, so this has now put us a satellite that's kind of going to be between the moon and Minmus. So if you kind of have the moon blocked, it will have an alternative route to get there. Okay, so that's all done. So we've got, so this is this guy sitting over there. But we probably could release him and send this one back to. We could probably do this. So decouple. So this one is called. What's this one called? Rename. Okay, we call this relay 4. Okay, this guy, he doesn't have a lot of fuel, but what we could do with him is we can take him and drop him straight back down to Kerbin. Got 2,700, so he should be plenty. So look at this. Alright, so we'll get rid of this guy. Instead of leaving space junk. Okay. That's kind of like almost going straight down at the planet, like a rocket. Ah! What did I do there? What did a rocket? Alright, so he's on the way back down. This other one, our other satellite here, is just going to be working fine. So switch to the Kareer set. And we're not going to call it a Kareer set. We're going to turn this to a... we're not going to call it a Kareer set. We are going to call it set Mark II. Because it's not in Kareer synchronous orbit. So he's kind of happily doing his little thing. The other one is going to die. And that's fine. Alright, so let's have a look at what other missions we've got to do. So we've sent up our guy to Duna. We've sent up our... So we've sent our guy to Duna. Okay, so we've got the Explorer Duna. We've sent that. Land a probe on the moon. Rescue. So we've got this one. Land a probe on the moon. So basically, we've got to land a probe at a very specific part on the moon. Now that we've got our good communications, we can actually do that. So what we can do over here is we can just do a small little probe that will land on the moon. Now, is there anything else that we've got over here? We're not going to plant a flag on the moon because we're landing a probe there now. So we've got nothing for collect science. Bases and stations. Return a surface sample from Minimus Highlands to Minimus Station. Take the crew on. Not really so much. Unmanned missions. Land a probe on the moon at a specified orbit. Put a probe in orbit around Minimus. Orbit the first satellite in equatorial orbit around the moon. Ooh. The first satellite. Interesting. Now, okay, we can actually do this one, and this can also be our lander. Will this be our lander? I don't know. I want to see. Equatorial orbit, inclination 180 degrees. Oh, so that's actually backwards. No, it's not 0 degrees. 0 degrees would be that east-west. 180 would be going the other way. So we can do that. That's pretty easy. Now let's look at doing the moon landing. Probe moon landing. So, probe moon landing. So we're going to take a hex core. Now to land on the moon, we need about that is what happens with the capture card. And this is why I got a new one. Alright, so I've unplugged it, I've plugged it in. Let me just start it. Now that's what was happening with my capture card. I don't know why it happens. But it's really annoying. Okay, so let's see. Now, moon probe. Don't do it. I see if we kind of Alright, so let's have a look at this. What do we actually need with the... where is it? There we go. So, land a probe on the moon at a specified target. Unmanned, location, impact target, destination the moon, situation landed. So it really doesn't need much on it. Do we want a relay antenna? We could just kind of use this. This would work just fine. You know, this thing is 900, this thing is 2400. So that would be fine. Right, so what we've got to do is... Look at that. That's 2,500. I mean, we can make this thing actually really tiny. So if I... Where is my landing legs? I'm going to use these small landing legs. I mean, look at the size of this. I mean, that is a probe. Now what I could do battery wise, pop that there. That literally is a probe. Now we could do it like that. Maybe do 3. 3 would be wrong. Maybe 2. So that would be that. Now communication. That's kind of a small one. How much is that? That's 1,800. 600. How much do we want? That's 1,400. So what we could do is if we look at what the moon kind of delta V thing looks like. To land on the moon is 580. You get these 860, so we can take care of that, 580. So this should be fine for the actual landing. And if I bring that like that, there we go. I mean, do we need anything else on this for our little landing probe? No, we don't. So what we're going to do is put a stacked decoupler there, put a really payload, more one, kind of so there we go. That's that. Now to get to the moon needs about, let's say, 1,000. Let's say 1,100. So we could actually cover that. I think with one of these tiny little ones. Wow. 917. Okay. That will almost do it. So we might as well use something a little bit bigger than that. There you go, 1,500. Hey, some. And that's plenty. Now we've got to get this thing into orbit. What's this? Oh, those are the stage recoveries. So now we've got to get this guy into orbit. So that is our moon trip. Get us into the moon, maneuver ourselves around the correct part of the moon, and go for the landing. So, actually, how much is this unmanned moon landing going to cost us? Oh, it's only like 69,000. It's not a lot. Hey, Argyle. So we are just sending, we're just doing some missions. We've sent our craft off to Duna, but we can't really, it's like 258 days, so we're going to do stuff in between that. Try and make money and stuff like that. So it's, I call it moon. Alright, and let's have a look here. I'll throw this over there, and I give this E45. Wow. In fact, wonder, maybe I'm making this a little bit more complicated than it needs to be. Another T-foot. So how much is that? That was 3,950. What if I do? See. This is the card doing this funny thing again and again. I don't know what's causing it. It just does it at random times. And that is why I got myself a new card. Because it's untrustworthy. It is an untrustworthy card. Put that in there. Let me try this again. Yeah, no, it's my capture card. It is my capture card, and that's kind of why I ordered another one. It started flaking out. It did flake out before, but at the end of the 24-hour stream, it was really flaking out hard. And really, it's like you unplug it, you plug it in, and it works again. So I don't know if it's something loose or what's going on with it. But, it's... Again, it's not something I can diagnose. Alright, so... That should do it. I mean, that should be plenty. Okay, oh, fuck's sake. Alright. So now I unplugged the kind of HDMI adapter and plugged it in again. Time for a new card, Foible. It just arrived today. In fact, I didn't even open this up. unboxing. Of course, the box is open. Cool Cat needs to know. New card. Yep. So this is my the new card I've got. There's a couple of things. And look what else is in the box. Look what I found in the box. Yeah, but look what I found in the box. The box arrived and he came in. So yeah, he's definitely inspecting the box. He's making sure it's all up to. Well, now that's if you're a cat man or cat lady. Oh, what happened? I lost this. Alright, so I mean, this looks alright. This looks alright. Yes, Mr. Dovikin. How are you, sir? Alright, so we're going to edit the fairing. Oh! Okay. Everything looks good there. Okay, so save the moon probe. This should be good. We should be able to go to the moon with this. Maybe give it a give it like oh god, this thank god the new card arrived today, because we are sending that to the moon. And thank God the new card arrived, because I'm about to murder this card. I'm about to take a hammer to it and smash the hell out of it. Because it is if it was like every time, but no, it's that's why I think somewhere along the line one of the connections are loose. I might need to use the oven trick to reflow the solder. Because I think that's what's happening, is somewhere there's a connection loose, because like it works and then it doesn't work. So I'll have to figure out what the hell's going on with it. It is a captured card destruction stream, which will not be captured due to the inane destruction of it. Alright, so this is done. Alright, so we're going to send this probe to the moon. So save and launch. Yeah, launch. Yeah, so after the stream, I am going to have to try and sort that other card as quick as possible, so that it'll be ready for my late stream. Now, I've got the game Rock. Anybody heard of Rock? It is a Mars survival game. 8-Ball. Walter likes Splashy's old capture card live on stream. As I see it, the 8-Ball lies. No, it's a USB 3 capture card. It's a USB 3. An internal capture card. Now, it's not the USB port, because I've tried it in different ports and it does the same thing. Oh, you've seen Rock, yeah. So I got Rock. I haven't actually had a chance to play it yet. And what the actual hell is going on here? Oh, there we go. Okay. So let's launch this, and we are taking this guy to the moon. Now we've got a good communication network, so everything should be fine. Okay, so we are launching. Crap! I forgot to add in parachutes. So we're going to lose all these stages. Which kind of is a bit of a problem. Yeah, well, these are USB 3 capture cards. The reason I got USB 3 capture cards is my stream PC is actually my laptop. I use a laptop as a stream PC. It's got an i7 chips and stuff like that in it. So obviously you can't use an internal capture card on a laptop. You have to use yeah, they I mean, using a capture card is kind of the best way to capture game stuff, simply because you don't need to worry about as long as you got your resolution right. You don't need to worry about anything, like whether the process and stuff like that. It just captures whatever's on your screen. Yeah, there is no reverts. We just have to deal with it. Just slow this down a bit. I mean, look at this. It's already getting... I mean, it's already on. It's already at 100. I mean... It's just very, very powerful. Hasn't really got that speed there. Right, there we go, done. Such a long launch of my game, it always flips. Yeah, it's really, as long as you stay in your prograde vector, you can launch some really non-aerodynamic stuff in that. Okay, so we got me up there. Now we can lose that. All right, we can now turn this. You can turn this over. Oh, right, circulars. That's going to be a 18-second burn. Returning over to that point. That's a 1,000 something to circularize. So it's going to take us time. Yeah, the key to flying rockets is to, you do the turn at about 70 meters per second. Do a slight turn, and then you let gravity do the work of the rest of the turn. And all you got to do is stay in that prograde marker, and that's usually leads to a fairly good launch. Yeah, well then maybe it's got something to do with the aerodynamics of it. Yeah, so at 18 seconds, at 18 and full power. Okay, so look at this. This is going nicely. It's nice. It's good, yeah. And we are in orbiters, like hobbiters, right now. Right, so what have we got? 101 by 99, that's good enough. So so we are in orbit. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to open these guys up. Now these are, once they open, they can't close. They are these are non-closing ones, which is fine. We don't need any more than that. Okay, so we are in orbit. Now we've got to get to the moon. Remember, this is all about staying, you've got to stay in communication because this is a probe. So once it's dealing with the ground station there. But you'll see once we move beyond the ground station, it's going to start using the satellite system that we set up to make it to kind of get it into orbit. To sort of keep communication with it. There's a parachute at the tip and then followed by I put reaction wheels all over the place. It's never have too much of an issue with reaction wheels. Right, there you go. You see, it's beyond the range of that. So now it's communicating via this relay. And as it moves around, it will swap to different relays to get that communication right. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out. We need to get... There we go. Look, there's the... And there we go. We got a moon encounter there. Now, if I focus on the moon, there is our encounter. If I kind of move myself a bit like that, but look at that. Look at that. What I have done, location impact target. Okay, so that's good enough. Right, so look at that. All I have done over there was I just changed the part that I'm leaving at. And there we go. 30 minutes. I do the burn and it's going to take me like really, really close to the moon. To be honest, I'm not sure. I put it where they kind of... where I can put them. It's like, I don't think it really makes much of a difference. I haven't had any issues with it. So, all right. So when you're dealing with things like RCS and stuff like that, yeah, you want to set that near your comm because that's kind of where the greater mass is. You want to set it there because that's where you'll get the most thruster movement. But the actual reaction wheels, I don't think makes a difference. RCS definitely has a difference. Reaction wheels, I've never really seen an issue with it. Alright, so when we get to there, we are going to do the burn. Now let's have a look at what happens, the way this thing communicates. Alright, so it's still got that there. Now it's out of range of that one. See, look at that. Boom, boom. So it's maintaining contact all the time. So now it's going around there and it's now it's doing that way. And that's what that whole triangle thing was. It's not even using these small comsats. It doesn't need to. The small comsats are kind of a waste. But I'd rather put them there than just have them disappear completely. Alright, so 13 seconds before, we are going to do the burn towards the moon. And you see now it's going to go direct. Now we don't have a lot of power on this thing. Then again, it doesn't really need a lot of power. All it is just a probe. For... Maybe I can get this burn done before unplugging and replugging this thing. See, thank God I got the new capture card. I just hope I can set it up quickly. Yeah, that's my capture card. That is my capture card being silly buggers. AverMedia, if you're looking for a capture card, do not touch AverMedia. The LGX is a piece of crap. The drivers are shocking. Windows 10, it just doesn't work under Windows 10 at all. It really is a piece of shit. Is it on purpose that you're not using... Is it on purpose that you are not using code to display node information, burn time? I am. Look at the top of my screen. Oh, what happened? Oh, I might have... I've used up all the fuel? Crap. Yeah, it's up there. So that's the node burn half time, node burn time, the delta V. Not the delta V of the actual burn, but the delta V left in the craft. It's all over there. Oh yeah, no, I use the there's my node burn time. There's the half node burn time. All right, so there is our lander. Okay, well, Shavalk, have you? Is it a what can I say? Is it a stock? Is it a stock build? So is it a stock build craft? If it is, then you know what you do? Send me it on, take the craft file and send it to me on, at 16, there you go. Send it to me on Discord and I'll load it up and see if I can see what the problem is. Or do it at the end of the stream. Because why not? Okay, so let's have a look at this. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to wait this till it gets to there. Then we're going to add a maneuver. We are going to circularize it. And I'm going to... if I circularize it up here. Circularize over there. Well, I mean, it's interesting. It's because I've had some people say, "Oh, they tried this, they tried that," and really, the one was the person didn't actually turn on SAS. They didn't press T. You know, it can be something really simple, or it can be something hard. Alright, so let's have a look at this. So if I kind of bring this down. Okay, that's at 14. See, that's kind of almost there. Just going to bring this kind of down like that. Bring it maybe a bit out. It's 16, okay. So let's do this like that. You know, that's actually... that's actually better. Okay, that's 5. Ooh. Now, he's this way. Oops. This way. I'm just bringing that up to about 50. Done. Okay. So that's it. We're going to do that like that. Oh yeah, just send it to me on Discord. And we'll have a look. And you know my Discord. You can just attach it, just take the craft file. And if it's stuck. And yeah, that's the Discord. And just maybe pop it in the yeah, there's a Kerbal's chat. Maybe pop it in there and we'll have a look. Alright, so we're going to go over here and we are going to add maneuver and we're going to circularize that. 288. Alright, now it's not exactly on that part, but it will at least get us circularized. Alright, so let this thing go. And you can kind of see it's still in communication. You know, we don't have the problem like we had last time where certain parts which was getting out of communication. You know, last time the communication wasn't enough to do it. This time, I mean, look at that. Look how cool that is. Boom, boom, boom. Love it. And 5.5 seconds before. Okay, so there we go. 1 minute before. So we've over the moon. Got good communication. Yeah, there should be in your save file. There should be a .craft file. So we might as well have a look at it. It shouldn't be too much of an effort. Okay, and now we are going to press at 6 seconds. We are going to burn and put ourselves into orbit. And 6 burn. Okay, there we go. So we are now in orbit. Okay, now this is kind of the issue. We've got to land over there at this landing spot. This is the spot it wants us to land on. Space penguins. Believe that's it. Let's have a look. Active. Lander probe. Lander probe on the moon by space penguins. Alright, so that is our landing spot. So that is our landing spot that we've got to land at. Now the problem is I don't want to do right here because I'm afraid I might lose communication. Okay, so I still got communication. Ah, there you go. Ah, look at that. That's the one that we set out. He said in case you're on the dark side of the moon. So it actually worked out absolutely perfectly. That is awesome. Okay, so we can actually land there. If I add a maneuver and I bring this up like that, that will take us over the landing zone. And that's 101 burn, which is fine. I mean, remember, this thing is landing and it's not coming home. So that is 101 burn. Of course, we want to kind of lower it, not raise it. So 102 burn. Okay, that will do it. And that's going to take us over that landing zone. And this is in the light, so that's pretty good. And remember, there's no saving or anything like that over here. It's just working. Now we just got to get this right. I should have really plugged in some science in here, but I didn't, because I'm an idiot. I will admit it. Okay, so 2 seconds before. Is the burn. Okay, I'll wait for that to be 2 seconds. Oops. It's a little bit too soon, but doesn't matter. Now, what you're probably seeing is you're saying, am I using the node burn time? Yes, I'm getting the node burn time from there, and I'm using the T minus from there. Okay, well that's good enough. Okay, so that's going to take us over there. Now, if I take this, if I add a maneuver there, and I use it to slow myself right down to kind of go straight down on the target, it's going to use 530 meters per second. It's a burn time of 17 seconds. Ooh, this could actually be quite close with fuel-wise. Though we should be alright. And of course we've kind of got that cool thing there, so that should be good. Did I activate this? Oh, I got the navigation beacon. Oops. There's the activation. There's the navigation beacon. Alright, so at about, so 17 seconds to slow us down. Now, obviously, that's not kind of going to be. Okay, we're a minute away. Right, so we've got to move this kind of across like. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, so at about, let's call it about 10 seconds before we're going to start burning. Burn directly. Okay. Remember, no backsies. This, we've got to get it right, or we fail. Money down the tube. Now, I'm not actually using. I'm just using that to get an idea of when to burn. not actually using that as a navigation mark. Okay, 10 seconds before, there we go. So now if I change this to surface, what's happening is, as you can see, that's moving straight up and stop. Okay. So let's have a look at what's happening. We are coming down. If I look like that, see, we are coming down directly on it. So now we can have a look over here. And there it is. So if I kind of want to go can I go closer to that? Actually kind of move. Okay. That's coming down. Now, according to this, the suicide burn is at like 10 kilometers time. Okay. 4 kilometers time. 3. Yes, pass down. I haven't really been paying too much attention to that. Okay, so now I can open these guys. Now, let's see. Kind of play this up. We are 800 meters from the ground. And I think that's pretty close to the target. Pass down. Yeah, that's kind of... It's definitely kind of close. I'm just kind of slowing myself down there. 190 left. Where's my shadow? How's my shadow? Down. Okay. We have landed on the target. Well, pretty close to the target. And there we go. Moon probe done. So we have landed a moon probe on the target. Done. Easy. Easy as. Alright, so did you send me that craft file? So there we go. That was a 3-star thing. And we couldn't have done this until we kind of had all these satellite things done. So that's kind of why we took it early, but we could only do it now once we had all the satellite ones done. And that's given us a nice little satellite thing on the moon. Is this going to go anywhere? No. Is it going to do any good on the moon? No. It is just going to sit on the moon just like this. Alright, so let's head back to the Space Center. And let's have a look at what we've done here. Alright, so land a probe on the moon at a specified target. 70k for that. And we've got some science and we've got lots of prestige. And the kind of stages. This frickin' thing. It's this thing. This thing. This guy. Piece of shit. Piece of shit. I always recommend people against buying this piece of crap. So yeah, it's almost like I want to stop now and just start doing the other one. So let me activate. See, it's like you plug it in, you take it out, you reactivate it, and it works, and then it starts doing that. And I actually had to. You didn't blow into it. Let's put it this way. I'm not blowing shit into it. It doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve it. Really, Jesse? I'm not very good at hiding my expressions. Or hiding my emotions. I wear them on my sleeves, even though I have no sleeves. Alright, so what else have we got? We've got build. Okay, so we've got. So what other things have we got over here? We've got that in 2 days' time. We've got rescue the Kerman from Kerbin. Science data from space around Minmus. Ooh, yes, you know, we can do that. And let's have a look at this. Minmus station. Okay, so we're going to hop into here. Now, what does this thing actually say? Alright, so it's transmit or recover scientific data from space around Minmus. So this is space around Minmus. So what we can do over here is Ronzon Kerman. There he is. He can get out. He can board. Now, oh, he can do a crew report. Can he transmit? Done. Okay, so that's transmit or recover science data from space around Kerman. Alright, so that one was done. Easy. The trick was always blown to the cartridges. Yeah, technology's come a little bit further from the cartridges, although Avamedia doesn't seem to know that. It's a shit card. Alright, so we've collected 113 science from this. Ooh, can we level up the crew? No astronauts? Can we transmit the science? Are we able to transmit the science? Do we have enough power? Do we have enough power? Come on. Oh yeah, we don't have enough power. Alright, so what we've got to do is we've got to get... Well, we've got some sun. There we go. Alright, so we're getting sun, so now we can try transmit. Transmit science. And the thing, the beauty about this is, look at this. We've got... Before we wouldn't have... No, did it transmit? No, I didn't. Alright, so here you go. That's plenty of power. Transmit science. Okay, there we go. Enough. It's true. It's true. They are telling me that the aliens are out there. The truth is out. Okay, so we just transmitted 113 science. So that's not bad. These guys are busy working and doing their stuff like that. We completed that one, so that's good. Alright, let's head off to the Mooner one and see if the Moon one has got any science for us. Now, of course, we built these before we had good... Oh, so we're going to have to wait for this to get into the sun. There we go. That's it. Really? Oh. There you go, more sunlight. So that's getting more sunlight. How much science has this got? 101 science. We've got to wait for this to charge up. Wait for it to get to about 1,000. Okay. And now we can transmit the science. So we've just given ourselves another 200 and something science. So we can actually get another... Should be able to get something else. Alright, so expand the Mooner station. Have a facility to support at least 23 Kerbals. And an auxiliary research lab. Have 6,214 units of fuel in your station. What? What? Are you kidding me? We've got 214 fuel, so we don't. So we pretty much have to bring all 6,000 units of fuel. That is a lot of fuel. That is a lot of fuel. Okay, well, let's have a look. Alright, so we sent that science down. That's good. So these guys can go back to work. See, they are getting 2.5 science a day. So let's go back to the Space Center. So we're kind of getting all our kind of craft working for us. you know, doing science and sending it back now. All right. Oh, shit, wrong one. The Illuminati know everything. And the assassins are out there to stop the Illuminati. Yeah, research. Right, so we got 362. So each one of these, that's 160. One of these is 300. So we can get bigger tanks. Of course, we don't have engines for them. Or we can get a grabby thing. We can get plain stuff. This will give us bigger landing struts. This will give us specialized control, burner engines, and propellant. What will this give us? This will give us another probe core, which we don't particularly need. This is what we want. A scanning technology. Do you think the Illuminati is real? I think there are lots of things in this world that we have no idea about. So, real or not, that's up to you. Alright, so that's going to give us more science. Give us a lot of science. Okay, so we're going to research this. More science equals more, and I'm going to purchase all these parts. I don't need to purchase the surface scanning module. That's not going to give us science. But these guys, these two will give us science. I did not purchase it. Okay, so... Oh, look at that. Convertitrons. And drills. Definitely want, and graviolis. We definitely want to get up to this stage. But to get up to this, we need 3.3 million. So we need a lot of cash. What have we got here? Right, there you go. Right click. 3.4 million. That's what we need to get up to the next stage. Alright, what have we got? Bases and stations. Send a crew to Kerbin Station. Return a surface sample for minutes. None of these are really kind of... Ooh, what's Clever Set? Nothing. Conspiracies are a dime a dozen. For every item there is a conspiracy. Again, chasing the truth never means you're going to find the truth. You're going to find what fits your view of the truth. It's really, really hard to actually get to the actual truth of anything. It's mathematics. There you go. Good old logic. That will get you the truth. But when it comes to people, the truth can be a very subjective thing. Let me ask you this. What difference will it make to your life if the Illuminati are real or if they're not real? Yeah. Okay, so we got some more Kerbals to rescue. Now these are some cash. Not a lot of cash, but it'll get us Kerbals. So this might be... let's see. Well... yes and no. I mean... conspiracy things are whole... it's a... secret societies and that there's... if you enjoy looking for that sort of thing, then by all means, do it. But, it's, again, The whole idea of a secret society is to be secret. So, are they not putting false flags where it's something completely different and then they make up the secret society so that people chase that instead of the actual real thing? If I was running a secret society, that's what I would do. Is I'd push a totally different one to get the focus off me. For the false flag program. So, you never know. You never know about any of this stuff. Alright, so this guy expires in 4 days. You know what, I'm just going to take these because it expires in 1 day. From orbit of the moon. Well, you don't believe in conspiracies. Are there conspiracies? 100% there are conspiracies. I mean, isn't that the whole point of a government? Is to have conspiracies against its people? That's what they do all the time. But what conspiracies? Who knows? I'm too removed from that to really care one way or the other. Quite simply, it's that, it's a whole different. It's a whole. I know some people are very interested in this stuff, and some people chase them. I'm not really interested. Okay, so let's have a. Build a new orbital station around Ike. Alright, well, we'll have to wait for the next Mars window to do that. At least Lunar window to do that. Surveys. Conduct a temperature surveys of the moon. So that means you would have to land on the moon and do the surveys. Do temperatures at the various places. You'll have to go see the truth on the dark side of the sun. Nice, Archangel. Nice. Alright, now we've got some tourism things. The tourism will give us lots of cash usually. Bring 2 tourists to Kerbin Station. Land on Minmus with 1 tourist. Multi-moon with tourists. Well, there is no conspiracy. There are many different conspiracies. So whatever conspiracy you're talking about, it's it's different from the one that's next week, and the one that's the week after that, and the one that's the week after that, and then after that there's another one. So it's really not a thing that you really want to go into, because it's going down a rabbit hole. You'll never find your way out. Alright, so I'm just looking at the various missions. We got some rescue missions. We haven't got any real big money missions. Let's look at our active missions. So let's look at this. Expand the Lunar space station. That's a big money mission. Oops. That's a big money mission. So that will give us 287. So let's actually build this. Alright, so currently Lunar Station supports 12 Kerbals. So let's build this thing up. Look at that Sam with these little... Ooh, what's this? Oh, size data from around minutes. Alright, that was 28k. Alright, so we are building we are going to expand the Lunar Station. Holy crap. This frickin' thing. You know what? I think I might actually end And now a little bit early, like 20 minutes early in that, because it's the card. This card is just been ridiculous now. So yeah, I might well, let's see. Let's start building. If it does it again, or then we're just gonna end it, because I just want to kill this frickin' card. Piece of shit. Alright, so what are we doing with this? We are gonna build. We've got the Lunar Station. Yeah, we'll see. If it does it again, we'll see. I'll see. Alright, so we've got to have 23 Kerbals. Now currently we've got 12 Kerbals. So we've got to include another 11 Kerbals. So let's see. That's 3. We've got to have one of these. Let me go. I'll guide you. The blackberry probably survived. Some of those blackberries were damn tough. Alright, so we need that. Alright, so that is 5. 5 Kerbals. 9 Kerbals. And need something with 2 Kerbals. Unless I have... Alright, that's 8 Kerbals. So let's... What if I... Alright, so that's 10 Kerbals at least. What if I do that? This lander can holds 2. And if I make this... I know, I might actually and you know what the thing is, you know when this card started doing it? Exactly after 1 year of use. Exactly after a year after I bought it, that's when this card started doing its shit. Lunar expansion. Alright, so let's have a look. How many Kerbals is this? 2, 4. 2, 4. And 8. 8 plus 8. Wait a minute. That's 8. 10. Oh shit, I couldn't count. I was like 8 plus 8? What the hell? Right, so that's 10, 12. So we need to expand this by 11. 12 is okay. 12 is okay. Now what we're gonna do with this as well is we can actually do it like this. We're gonna have this guy on there like that. Alright, let's have this like that. There we go. Okay. So if that's the case, see, let's what? like that. I heard it. It's about to do it again. Right, so how much is that? How much have we got? Have 6,000 units. Alright, so that's liquid fuel. That's 360. This holds 3,000. So we've got 3,200. So we need another 3,000. Oh, literally, that 6,120. And we've got 214 on there already. This is basically what they want us to go up there for. Okay. It's crackling again. I can hear it. There it goes. Hey, Skigler. Oh, really? Thanks. Also, did your internet? Okay. Alright, the capture card is gone. I'm going to have to install my new capture card, because this one is dead. This capture card is dead. Everybody say thank you AverMedia for having a great capture card. Oops. So sorry, what was that, Skigler? I love you. So did you or your internet? Are you using Kareer mods? Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, my internet is working a lot better. It's I fixed it. I've actually got 2 ISPs now. I just needed to do the load balancing, so that's kind of working. I've set the one computer to be. Sort of my upload. Yeah, I set them to be a very specific internet. I mean, the new ISP that I'm using, I was able to upload for 24 hours and I dropped 23 frames at the beginning. You know, when I started the stream, I dropped 23 frames. It didn't drop another frame for the entire 24-hour stream. So it's running a lot better. Right now, what we're doing is we're having issues with the AverMedia video card. But good news is, when I started having issues, I ordered another video card, another capture card. So that I'm going to replace with right now, straight after the stream, and that should work. So everything is working. I should be back. So what we're going to do is we're going to end the stream slightly early because the video card is not cooperating anymore. So not the video card, the capture card is not cooperating anymore because AverMedia is a piece of shit. I'm going to install the new one, which shouldn't take too long, and we'll be back tonight in about 2 hours time to have another stream. Now I'm thinking of looking at a game called Rock, which is a new game. I would show you what the game looks like, but I've got no screen capture anymore. There is no screen capture, so I can't show you what the game looks like. But Rock is a survival game. It's you're stuck on the Martian thing, pretty much, you know, in the same vein as Osiris and Planet Nomads and that sort of stuff, except it's on Mars. I do have a Steam link for Rock. Give me a second. There we go. That is Rock. Okay, it's a multiplayer survival sandbox based on mods. Now, it hasn't got very good reviews. I haven't really played it at the moment. But I mean, it's an early access game. It's just started. So, you've got to give it some time and things like that. And so we're going to have a look at that tonight and have a play around and see what we can do. Not sure if we're going to go server mode or others. Now, I looked at setting up a server for it, but they've got a very silly system that you need to log into. You need to log into Steam in order to use Steam command to download and install the server, which is a no-no if you're going to run it on a server. You always want the login anonymous mode for Steam command to run on a server. I mean, think about it. All your games and stuff like that on Steam, do you want to give somebody on a server in another country, anywhere else, do you want to give them your username and password for your Steam account? I don't. So you will never set up a Rock server until they kind of go into that login anonymous mode. And that's what we're looking for. So until that's fixed up, we won't be running a server of it, but we are definitely going to take a look at it. Now, we might use one of the public servers to do it, or we might just play solo. Anyway, tonight we're going to have a look and we see what it's like. I haven't played any of it. I logged into it to make sure it worked, but I haven't really played any of it, so we don't know what it's going to be like. But tonight, we will play it and we will enjoy it. And if we don't enjoy it, then we'll be sad. No. No, it's not. Maybe it's, you see, okay, yeah, it's like, alright, so I don't know, I view Minecraft as just a pure building game, not really a survival game. This is kind of a survival game with building, so it's kind of like, it falls into the category. Like, I mean, even Space Engineers, the survival part of Space Engineers is kind of like a tacked on thing. When you get things like Imperium, 7 Days to Die, Ark, those are survival games with building. Now, obviously, they're different extent. I mean, the building of 7 Days and 7 Days in Imperium are far greater than that of what you can do with Ark. But yeah, the video teaser doesn't. But again, that's what it is. Let's have a look at it tonight, and we'll see what that's like. So we are going to end the stream now. I am going to go see if I can fix up this crap, and we'll be back in about 2 hours' time for some more space survival and stuff. So till then, see ya.